morning, students. Welcome back to second session of mathematics. Chapter name is vectors. In my previous classes, I had discussed about the definitions of what is a vector, what is a scalar. Then we discussed about how to represent a vector, that is representation of vectors. Proceeding further, we discussed about the types of vectors, and then we discussed about algebra of vectors. This is nothing but addition of vectors, subtraction of vectors, multiplication of a vector by a non-zero scalar. We also discussed about direction cosines and direction ratios. So in proceeding further, in today's class we shall discuss about what is parallelogram, law of addition, and certain properties based on this vectors. So to begin with, parallelogram, law of vector addition. If we have vector A and vector B, or if vector A and vector B represents the adjacent sides of a parallelogram in magnitude and direction, then their sum vector A plus vector B is also represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of a parallelogram through a common point O. This is known as parallelogram law of addition. I repeat that. If we have two vectors, vector A and vector B, representing the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram in magnitude and direction, then their sum vector A plus vector B is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of a parallelogram through a common point O. This is a common point O. This is known as parallelogram law of vector addition. Clear? Next, moving on to the next topic, properties of vector addition. What is you will have studied in your lower classes. What do you mean by commutative property or commutative law? A plus B equal to B plus A. Similarly, with reference to vectors, we shall discuss what is a commutative property. Vector A plus vector B is equal to vector B plus vector A. Next, what is associative property? Vector A plus vector B plus vector C equal to vector A plus vector B plus vector C. This is known as associative property. Next, moving on to the distributive law. Consider any two vectors, vector A and vector B, and any two scalars, K and M. The first property states that K into vector A plus K into vector B can be written as, K could be taken out as common and we can write K into vector A plus vector B. Second one, K into M into vector A, which is equal to Km into vector A. That is, the scalars are grouped together and we can write Km into vector A. Third one, K into vector A plus vector B can be written as K into vector A plus K into vector B, which means you're multiplying scalar with each term of vector, and we can write that K into vector A plus K into vector B. This is all about distributive law. Now next we shall discuss about components of a vector. This is the diagram. Let P be any point on a space or in the plane. The coordinates of the point P are x, y and z. I is the unit vector acting along x-axis, J is the unit vector acting along y-axis, and K is the unit vector acting along z-axis. The scalar coordinates of the point P are x, y and z. Now we shall represent the vector component of the point P with respect to origin O. Now the position vector of the point P with respect to origin O is denoted by vector OP and its component form is given by, what are the coordinates of point P? X, Y and Z in scalar form. In vector form it will be xi plus yj plus zk. X is the scalar coordinate of the point P and I is the unit vector acting along x-axis. Similarly, y and z are the coordinates of the point P, whereas j and k are the unit vectors acting along y and z axis respectively. So in general, the component form of the point P with respect to origin O is given by vector OP and is defined as vector OP equal to x2i plus y2j plus z2k. This is all about the component form of a vector. Components of a vector, or you can write components form of a vector. Next topic, we shall discuss about vector joining two points. When you observe the diagram, this is the point O, that is the origin O. We have three axes, x, y and z axis. Consider any 2 points. Here in this diagram I have considered 2 points P1 and P2. What are the coordinates of the point P1? x1, y1, z1. What are the coordinates of the point P2? x2, y2 and z2. So if P1 of x1, y1, z1 and P2 of x2, y2, z2 are any 2 points, then what is the vector joining P1 and P2 given by? You need to join vector OP1 and you need to join vector P1, P2. This is nothing but vector joining P1 and P2 is given by vector P1 and P2. Now, joining the points P1 and P2 with respect to origin O. That is, you will join P1 with respect to origin O as well as you will join P2 with respect to origin O. And when we apply triangular law of addition as explained earlier, we can write vector OP1 plus vector P1 P2 is equal to vector OP2 when you observe the directions. What is here from the point O to the point P1? In vector form we can write vector OP1, that is how do we represent in terms of vector? Vector OP1 plus vector P1 P2 is equal to vector OP2. Now what we need, as the heading states, vector joining 2 points. These two are the points, that is P1 and P2, vector P1 and vector P2. So retaining vector P1 and vector P2, what do I get? OP2 plus OP1 taken to the RHS becomes minus OP1. Now vector P1 P2 remains as it is. How do we write vector OP2? As mentioned in this definition, what would be the vector components of vector OP2? What is P2 coordinates here? x2, y2, z2. These are which coordinates? Scalar coordinates. How do I convert it into vector form? x2i, y2j, z2k. So here with respect to OP2, what can I write? x2i plus y2j plus z2k. What sign I have here? Minus. What is vector OP1? x1i plus y1j plus z1k. Further simplifying, if I take out I as common, what do I get? x2 minus x1. Similarly, I can take out j as common and rewrite this as y2 minus y1, and k when I take out it is z2 minus z1 equal to what? Vector P1, P2. So vector joining 2 points, that is P1 and P2, is given by vector P1 and vector P2, and it is defined as x2 minus x1 into I plus y2 minus y1 into j plus z2 minus z1 into k. This is all about vector joining 2 points. Quickly to summarize again, I'll just brief you out here. We will consider 2 points, P1 of x1, y1, z1, P2 of x2, y2, z2. The points P1 and P2 are in the scalar form. What is the vector form of point P1? Keeping this definition in mind, component form of vector x1i plus y1j plus z1k. What is the vector form of the point P2? x2i plus y2j plus z2k. Now, I will join the point P1 with respect to origin O, and I will join the point P2 with respect to origin O. With regards to the direction of the vectors, I can write vector OP1 plus vector P1 P2 is equal to what? Vector OP2. Look at the direction, vector OP1 and vector P1 P2. The direction is moving from O to P1 and then from point P1 to P2. So vector OP1 plus vector P1 P2 gives you what? Vector OP2. But we are discussing about 2 points, that is P1 and P2. So vector P1 and P2 I will retain it as it is. OP2 I already have on the RHS. I will shift this OP1 to the other side and it becomes minus OP1. So as discussed earlier, the vector form of point P2 is given by x2i, y2j and z2k. Similarly, P1 will be x1i plus y1j plus z1k. You can take out I, j and k. With regards to these two terms, we have vector P1 P2 equal to x2 minus x1 into I plus y2 minus y1 into j plus z2 minus z1 into k. Now, what will be the magnitude of these vector joining 2 points? The magnitude is denoted by this symbol given by vector P1 P2. I did discuss the magnitude when I was discussing about the representation of a vector definition. So, magnitude of this vector 2 points, vector P1 P2 is given by square root of, what is the coefficient of I here? x2 minus x1 whole square plus j will be y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. This is the magnitude of vector joining 2 points, vector P1 and vector P2. Moving on to the next topic, we shall discuss about the section formula in terms of vector. This is the important concept from examination point of view. The questions will be asked as derive the position vector, PV's position vector of a point which divides the join of 2 given points A and B whose position vectors are vector A and vector B in the ratio m is to n internally, in the ratio m is to n internally is given by m into vector B plus n into vector A, whole thing divided by m plus n. That is nothing but, in simple words, derive m into vector B plus n into vector A divided by m plus n. Clear? Now, we shall derive the derivation. Observe the diagram here. Let A and B be any 2 points. O be the origin. Join OA, OB and AB. What is vector OA given by the distance or the of vector OA is nothing but represented by vector A. Similarly, what is vector OB given by? Vector OB is given by vector B. A and B are any 2 points. O is the origin, join AB. From the diagram we can write vector OA as A and vector OB we can denote it as vector B. Let P be any point on the line AB, or let the point B divides the line AB in the ratio m is to n. Let the point P divides AB in the ratio m is to n. In the ratio m is to n, as observed in the diagram. This point P is dividing the line AB in the ratio n is to n. Then, how do we define AP into PB now? What will be AP into PB? AP is to PB. Then, what is AP is to PB? AP is nothing but, what is AP from A to point P? The ratio is m. Similarly, PB will be n. AP is to PB, we can rewrite it as m is to n. Therefore, what is AP by PB then? Vector AP by PB. That is nothing but m by n. Clear? Now, cross multiplying. Observe here, when you cross multiply, what do you get? n into vector AP is equal to m into vector PB. N into vector AP is equal to m into vector PB. I have two vectors, vector AP. How do I write the position vector? How do I write represent this in terms of each point? Vector AP or vector joining 2 points. In the previous derivation we derived, this can be written as, say for example, in the previous derivations, how do we write vector joining 2 points? Vector P1 and P2. OP2 minus OP1. Vector OP2 minus vector OP1. Similarly, keeping this definition in mind, vector joining 2 points, how do I write vector AB? OB vector minus OA vector, second vector minus the first vector. Similarly, how do I write vector CD? OD minus OC. Vector OD minus vector OC. So keeping vector joining 2 points definition in mind, how do I write vector AP? I can write this vector AP as OP vector minus OA vector. Similarly, M as it is. How do I represent vector PB? Vector OB minus vector OP. Now, we can write this as N into vector OP minus N into vector OA is equal to M into vector OB minus M into vector OP. So, what do I do? Minus M into vector OP is negative. When I shift to the LHS, it becomes positive, and we can write this as M into vector OP plus N into vector OP. Similarly, minus N into vector OA can be taken to the RHS and it can be written as M into vector OB plus N into vector OA. I will take out vector OP as common, and what is left out? M plus N. This can be written as M into, what is the distance of vector OB given by vector B, plus N into, what is the distance of vector OA given by vector A. What does vector OP geometrically means? It is the position vector of the point P with respect to origin O. So, therefore, what is vector OP? We can write this as MB plus NA divided by M plus N. What is vector OP? Position vector of the point P with respect to origin O. Therefore, it is P, the point P is equal to MB, M into vector B plus N into vector A divided by M plus N. This is the section formula in terms of internal division. For external division, instead of addition sign, we can just replace the addition sign by a subtraction sign. This is all about the section formula. So with this, we have come to an end of today's session. So in my next session, we shall solve some more definitions and pass on to the problems. Thank you.